Respected Chair, respected co-panelists, and dear friends. It is the rarest of the rare chance where a bureaucrat addresses honorable MLAs and MPs as friends. I am taking that liberty today, and I endorse the idea that was expressed by my previous speaker, that it is the ego that creates the problem, not E of electronics or E of efficiency. I am one of those who believe that if goals are clear, things can be better. I had prepared my presentation, the role of bureaucracy in 2047, how bureaucracy and politicians both need to be ready to handle that situation. Civil services were created to manage shortages. In their becoming efficient was our way of assessing. Today, this is the age of not of shortage but of abundance. Bureaucracy was never trained to manage abundance. So this role clarity between the bureaucracy and politicians is going to create problem. It is creating problem, and we have thought that technology is the solution, but I would certainly suggest that public policy making is the solution, not the technology. And I have prepared my presentation based on these thought processes. After all, what are the three problems that the world faces? It is not a lecture, sir. Kindly excuse me, because I do believe that we are paid to listen to you. Now you are never paid to listen to us. But since today role is reversed, I will certainly say that aging of population, income inequality, and climate crisis, these three are global problems. They are not problem of India. How we are supposed to handle, look, India in 2047, another 24, 25 years later, do we want to see a developed nation with zero poverty, zero unemployment, and zero economy, zero defect, zero effect? And I will come to it little later. MG, minimum government, maximum governance, is the slogan that has been given by the current government. And Jan Bhagidari se Jan Vishwas, to earn the confidence of the people by associating the people. I am making all this introductory remark to come back to the point which I have in my mind. There are 4 million elected. If you take up panchayat and municipal bodies, it becomes 40 lakh elected representative in India. It is not honorable 800 plus MPs and about another 3,000 plus MLAs. They are not only elected. Elected are another 32,000 in panchayat and remaining 32 lakh in panchayats and remaining in urban area. So if we have to say that what is the role of bureaucracy against elected, then the whole number has to be taken. 4 million elected representatives are in India. And if you take up MPs and MLAs beyond, rest of them have enough representative of the weaker section as well as women. So the role of bureaucracy, that bureaucracy we are preparing for 2047, should take into account this huge task, whether all elected are the same or there is a graded within the elected also. That I should be answerable to Sarpanch and not to the MLA, or only to MP and not to the MLA, or all three of them, or none of them, or anyone other of them. Because we are not trained, bureaucracy is not trained to be Draupadi line. We are trained in one boss and one culture. So this is creating problem also. And our size of bureaucracy is not 400, 5,000 or 5,000 IAS officers. 22 million bureaucrats manage state of India. Union of India is managed by 22 million people, which is not a small thing. This is the more than population of many countries. That is the size of Indian bureaucracy. So if we want to say that Indian bureaucracy must have coordinated relationship with the elected representative, the ratio is 4 million joining 22 million and together delivering a Viksit Bharat or a developed India. Only then our role and responsibility will be clear. This is the new parliament. I thought I will show it because new parliament should give us new mindset also. And if the new mindset comes, perhaps 2047 we will prepare ourselves for a better India. Bureaucracy and legislative domain, I need not discuss on that, because job of legislator is to pass laws and nothing else. The problem becomes acute when you want to become a lawmaker as well as law implementer. And bureaucracy want to step into your shoes, either through your shoulders are going along with you and become a lawmaker. Like judiciary has all this time, they have the temptation of making laws. As if absence of law, the only way to fill that gap is by the judiciary. It is not true. Lawmaking power is the sovereign power of parliament and assemblies. Today, even municipal bodies, local bodies are also making rules which have the effect of lawmaking. So how to do this? This requires a huge collaboration. It is not only strategic collaboration. We have to think differently because saturation, managing shortage is easier because if you have to give 10 houses in a village, which 10 to be given because you cannot make it 11. So 5 of MLA's party, 5 of collector's party, 3 of those who have no party, and end of the day everybody is equally unsatisfied. If all the 10 are given to MLA's party, the rest of them unsatisfied. If all 10 are given by the collector's party, then the MLA is also unsatisfied. And in any case, you cannot satisfy everybody with a shortage. Now we have moved from shortage to saturation. When everybody is supposed to get, then who will get the credit? The sari ladai credit ki hai. How to inaugurate, how to share the credit. I am one of those who believe that you can deliver anything in life if you don't mind who takes credit. Even the smallest thing can create big problem if you want to appropriate credit, either by political or by elected or by selected or a combination thereof. So we have to think differently because saturation requires both of us, politicians and bureaucrats, to think differently. Solving is the issue that which you have been selected, and solving problem is the job that bureaucrats do. But problem solving mindset should be there. Because most of the time bureaucrat will come that this is the problem, it cannot happen. Sometimes politicians will give this approach that why don't you do it? If we say no, you are seen to be obstructionist. If you say yes, then you go to jail together. Because every time it is may not be lawful. So how to have the problem solving attitude? Because I have, as a bureaucrat, I have seen, if there is no solution to a problem, then you are the problem. Today, Government of India has to take a step to ease of doing business. What does it mean? That we have created enough laws, enough rules, enough instruction, so that nobody can do business easily in India. That was true when East India Company was ruling us. We required to control the behavior of East India Company because East India Company has an army to support, a government to support, and it has no rules to follow. When we became independent, we thought that every company will become East India Company, be it homegrown or be it an MNC and TNC. So we require a janjal, a mayajal of rules. Today we are saying that ease of doing business, therefore problem solving mindset should be there with the bureaucrat as well as with the politician. Because if we are at variance, if Sara rule khatam ho jayega, how people will come to me? What is my role then? This requires a different mindset. So I thought I will put it in the front. Collaborate. Bureaucrats are very comfortable in silos. Agriculture department should not discuss with water resources. Both should not discuss with finance. All the 3 should not discuss with MLAs. All 4 of them should not discuss with minister. All 5 of them should not discuss with the chief minister. And today even NDC people, even the Niti Ayog meetings are not being attended by the chief minister. I can't imagine a situation when even formal meetings are becoming more of a political. I have nothing else to say as far as politics is concerned. But if you don't collaborate, you, your state, your client, your people lose and lose it forever. So removing the silos, whole of government, there is a very good model in India, PM Gati Sakti, where 16 ministries are sitting on the same table, solving the problem instantly without touching federal issues, without touching anybody. If you have to give everybody the same house, where is the federal issue, where is the political issue? So saturation mindset has to come in the bureaucracy as well as in the politics. Communicate. Sir, you know you are a leader because you can communicate to the people. Bureaucrats are not leaders and therefore they need not communicate. But they are so incommunicable, they write so terse sentences that it creates more problem. Today there are 800 laws which can be applied against any entrepreneur and he can go to jail. But 800 laws have been made by people like you, MPs and MLAs, in assemblies and parliament. But there are 60,000 instructions which has been issued by bureaucrats like me and many more, which I can also, if you violate, you can go to jail. So you have created only 855 problem, but we bureaucrats have created 60,000 problems. But together we have made the life of businessmen are doing business miserable. It may not be the best of situation till today, but if we want to reimagine India, we have to think differently. Collaborate, communicate is the only way out. Man Ki Baat is a huge success because there is no politics being discussed. Issues of cultural importance or national importance are discussed. I think one model is there, even CM should speak to the people, MLA should give monthly talk to their people of their constituency. More Vartalap, more Sanbat. In fact, there is saying that जुबानें बंद हो जाएं तो खंजर बात करते हैं. If you stop talking, people start rivaling each other, killing each. And if you think differently, have solution mindset, have collaborative mindset, have communication mindset, then you lead. People start leading because they've been elected to lead. We start leading because we are selected to lead. You can't become a leader first and start thinking later, solution mindset much later, collaborate ho jayega dhire dhire, and communicate should there be a need. If all the four steps are not taken, people will have a different outlook and bureaucracy will pay the price. In fact, you will also swim and sing together. Mera kya, mujhe kya is the typical that bureaucrats are trained. If there is no credit to me, why should I go to jail belong with you? And if there is no credit to you, why you should allow me to go to jail? Things are very clear that if you communicate properly, we can sort out all the issues, including ego issues. We require leadership where the sheep of leaders is there, not one leader who will make others as the sheep. We require ships of leaders so that more people can communicate with each other. People, process, and technology, bureaucracy is very famous, but it is the culture and value system that makes a system perform. Bureaucracy will not improve by itself because you have selected an IS officer, given him training in Harvard, or given him technology of 21st century. All the three are desirable, but they are not essential conditions for delivering development. Therefore, culture matters. Therefore, value system matters. Therefore, culture, how you appreciate each other's collaboration. Because all of us know how to talk to our superiors. Because वहाँ डर रहता है, fear रहता है. We do not know how to talk to our colleagues, but much less we know how to talk to our juniors. But best of the leaders, they know how to talk to their juniors. I have seen my Chief Minister, Biju Patnaik, who used to treat us like his younger son. Even if he puts you a slap also, you will feel comfortable. But today I think those things are, I don't know how to put it as a bureaucrat, but I must certainly put it, that culture of appreciating each other appears to be missing. Take the credit, sir, we work for you, but give us a space to operate, and that is what the culture and value system is all about. So this is the age of, since there is some theoretical part, I think honorable MLAs are being trained here also. I thought I will take up something. Managed capitalism or intelligent socialism, this is the debate what we are going through now. Because are we are going to rely on the market or we are going to rely on the state? Because if we rely on market, I think we will have a speaker who will speak later than us, who is market specialist. And we have seen a big neighbor where state plays everything. Happiness of the citizen is not the target of either of them. Because market believes in profitability, state believes in control. Happiness will come when bureaucrats and politicians work together, sit together. Therefore, welfare model where a strong delivery mechanism is there, not a strong bias is there. Right-based model we have tried. Equality of opportunity you can give through law, but equality of outcome will come through bureaucracy, through both the sides working together. Right to work, right to education, right to health, right to information, right to public service, any more right to health today in the morning session it was given. You cannot legislate development. Development has to be delivered because it is the entrepreneur who will create wealth. A state cannot create wealth. A state can only regulate. And bureaucracy should facilitate, as my previous speaker was saying. Again, I am not sermonizing here. I am only saying that if we both of us are not clear what is the objective, then we will fall into these tools of each other, and perhaps we will create only the bureaucrat with themselves become leader of opposition while implementing the rules of law. Capacity of state is also a problem. Today you are over-promising. You don't have resources. Freebie is being given a new culture today. Earlier, caste and religion was good enough to be elected. Today, caste and religion plus freebie are the ideal combination for getting re-elected. Bureaucracy is also joining your hand in saying that nahi sir, ho jayega. It is possible, sir, because we will raise taxes. Can you raise taxes? Which taxes you will raise? Direct taxes or indirect taxes? And if you raise the taxes, what is the cost on production? Are you become competitive in the market? Today, world is global. The cost of a product has to be decided globally, not by a country or a economy. So tax raising power of a state is limited. With GST, both the state and center have compromised their tax making powers, which is good. In fact, today's GST model is an administrative innovation in the constitutional history of federal governments. Very few countries which are federal in nature have surrendered their power to legislate to a council. State and center both have joined. In fact, the political leaders of the day must be complimented for coming up with this solution. In fact, I as a bureaucrat suggest that there should be GST council-like arrangement for education and health also. So that one nation, one tax, one education, and one Indian, Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, we can come up with that. But that is not a dream to be seen by the bureaucrat. That has to be seen together by politicians and bureaucrats together. So that 4 million elected and 22 million selected, they have the same dream of one nation, a great nation. We did not follow our big neighbors who wanted to make America great again. We were great earlier, we are great today, and we are Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, and we can be proud of it also. 6,000 MPs and MLAs are there, and 5,000 IS officers are there. Size matters. Out of 22 million bureaucrats, the number which is blamed for sunset to sunrise is 6,000 MPs and MLAs and 5,000 IS officers in India. BMI of bureaucracy is also a problem. BMI of bodies is always an issue. But bureaucratic mass index is also an issue. We are trained in delaying, we are trained in denial, we are trained in deceit also, till we are managed. The age has come where all these things has to be go by. If you can't perform better, leave the chair. Bureaucracy of 35 years is no longer the day. Elected lawmaking accountability of a state to legislative body. In fact, at times this accountability is also misunderstood. Government is answerable to Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. It is not answerable to every street person or anywhere. Bureaucrat need not be exposed to the citizen's responsibility, because if that will create a problem. Bureaucrats are not elected. I am not answerable to anybody other than my own boss. And we are trained like that. Otherwise, the whole bureaucratic system will collapse. We can't ask bureaucrat collector to respond to the people. He has to be responsive. Being responsive is different from being responsible and being accountable. Government is accountable to Lok Sabha. You are responsible because you win the confidence of Lok Sabha, therefore you won the government. And so is for the Honorable Chief Minister. Bureaucracy is supposed to serve the will of the state, not will of the people. Will of the people is represented through the elected representative. Committee system, again, is a very good system that I have seen as a Secretary Parliamentary Affairs. Even in committee system, people are not attending nowadays. There is a lot of demand when a new bill comes that should be sent to the committee. When committee meeting takes place, again the absenteeism is at the same level. If you don't deliberate, don't discuss, your ideas do not become part of the proceeding, then how country will know what was your view on a particular subject? Constituent Assembly debate is a very big model for all the MPs and MLAs, that if you get heard, the whole history will notice you. Every student of political science reads Constituent Assembly debate as if that is Gita, Quran and Bible for every researcher. Why today's parliament debate or assembly debates are not respected that way, be it for quality, be it for disruption, be it for any other thing. At least a committee system could be a good idea. Idea to become DM, CM and PM is age old. Now elected representative want to even become BDO, Tahsildar and Thanedar also. I am not saying as a matter of criticism, but fact remains that we should know what is our limit and we should know to what level we will go. Digital public infrastructure, we have tried to sort out this lot of problem, one nation, one identity, one card, one application, many more things are there. Today even I propose that law should be machine consumable. The law being made by legislature is neither read correctly, I would be making a louder point, but honorable MLAs and MP should also understand what law is being made, and law should not be made to be understood by advocates and contesting people only. Law should be made consumable by even machine, so that any law you can just draw an algorithm, you can find how many law you are violating, what is the solution. Even machine can prepare your plaint, and that is where Europe is going towards, Australia is going to, India should also go towards, so that law making becomes as good as not only advocate consumable, but even machine consumable, so that you at least you know how many laws are there. If you are driving a car, what is the speed that is good enough to be not charge seated? Because recently I have seen one state, a private car was fined because it was using carrier. Carrier is allowed only in a transport vehicle, not in a private vehicle. But is this a law? This should have been changed earlier. So many more such things are there which we thought that unless we regulate, we can't control. Unless we control, we can't make money. Unless we make money, we can't be re-elected or reselected. All those things have to go. Because it is the citizen who will decide which way to govern themselves, not the law, not the rule. Law could be only setting the behavior. I always say that, in fact, my teacher used to tell us in Allahabad University, sir, that state has monopoly over violence. Therefore, it needs a constitution to limit its power. Same thing is true for elected and selected politicians also. Since you have monopoly over violence, take life of anybody, that means your freedom and equality and all those laws should also respect the freedom of the individual. We have seen how American democracy, how European democracies are working, where citizens have absolute freedom to do anything. Here in India, we are ready to be offended for anything. In fact, people are ready for anything. Aap bola nahi ko offend hua. And suddenly it becomes as if it is offending to the Constitution of India. Offending an individual is not offending Constitution. And we should be there to listen to it as a bureaucrat as well as politician. Will mean, in fact, bureaucrat and politicians should decide what is we want to achieve. I thought we will give some indicator like farmer income. Why not be aimed that 1,35,000 income today will become 8 lakh, and for that bureaucracy, politicians will sit together. Budget is not understood by everybody. Income is understood. So speak the language what masses understand. Bureaucracy enjoys in complicating issues. Use their power of limitation so that they are answerable on these terms. हमको फार्मर का इनकम आज के तारीख में टुडे इट इज 1.35 lakhs, whatever statistical you are using, even if it is wrong, make it 8 lakhs and give me a plan of action and make it happen. Area under cultivation, something like this. My limited point of saying this is that come with numbers, things will be better off. We deal in policies and public policies. When we give ideas, your ideas and my ideas, you can't have a different way of looking at it. Social capital has been the only route for development. You can develop people only by two means, ladies and gentlemen. One is education, second is credit. There is no third way. Without education also you can develop, without credit also you can develop, provided you have inherited a wealth of nations. But otherwise, if you want to compete, entrepreneurship and credit and education you can deal with. Any other thing is not required. The mantra of DIEB, diversity, equity, inclusion and brotherhood, they are needed today much more than it was needed in the bureaucracy. Universal primary education, why can't we stop even 2% dropout also and make it 100%? Bureaucracy can do it, but if MLAs and MPs want and they make them accountable. Universalization of higher education, 18% dropout, can't be reduced it so that everybody becomes secondary educated. These are achievable targets. You have opened the school, 78% are studying, another 18% can be brought to the school education. Similarly, universalization of fiscal and financial literacy, vocationalization with digital and financial literacy. I am saying all these things because bureaucrats understand these language. If you pinpoint them and fix the target, both of us are better off and public welfare is ensured. I thought I will put an action plan what bureaucrat could be pinned down so that politicians can enjoy the privilege that they deserve instead of becoming a thanedar and BDO and tahsildar. their respective representing of the will of the people, and let the bureaucrat deliver the development, let the politician take the credit. When the dispute arises, when you want to take the deliver development and bureaucrats want to take the credit. Thank you very much for giving me a chance.